Okay, since the last time we've been here, you can see that good progress has been made. There are now the metal aluminum slats are getting ready for drywall. The wiring has been roughed in. This is basically ready for drywall. We're in barn number 1, where we're standing right now will be studio space facing the park. On my left will be where the apartments, the live-work apartments will be. So you can see we're getting very, very close to the drywall stage, and of course once the drywall is in, we're close to the end. So it's proceeding very nicely at this point. Still in barn number 1, people will recognize this as the base of the chimney that towers above the barns. Right here will be the laundry area for the residents, and behind me here there will be facilities for 20 bicycles to be stored and available for residents. Okay, so now we're in a bachelor unit. Benson is here on my left, and the resident would come in here to this unit here, and you can see that it's not a humongous unit, but there will be a kitchen over here that's roughed in already, a closet here on my right, washroom here, and of course behind me in this area is the back end of the apartment. And on the other side of this wall, of course, will be the studios, the work-only studios for residents. They will, not for residents and for people in the neighborhood. To enter the studios at the back, of course, you need to enter that from the covered street, which is barn number 2.
Hi, I'm Tim Jones. I'm the president of Artscape. We're standing here at the future home of the covered street that will be managed by the Green Arts Barns Community Association. This is a real first for Artscape to make this kind of commitment to public space within one of its developments. We figured very early on that because this is the most historically significant of the 5 barns built in 1913, that we wanted to preserve it in its entirety so that you could see the majesty of the kind of the steel frame structure that holds it together. This event will be used for community events and festivals. We imagine that many of our arts or environmental tenants who will be housed over here will bring programming into this area. We know that the Stop Community Food Center is looking at farmers markets and various other things, so we expect this is going to be a very, very lively place and really the heart of the whole development.
Okay, we're in the 3rd barn now. Tim just showed you the 2nd barn, which is to my right. This, where I'm standing right now, will be the passageway between the covered street on my right and the community gardens and green space on my left. As well, what you can see here is if you look up, you will be able to see this is how there will be stairs going from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor. This 3rd barn, of course, will be the quarters for arts and environmental organizations. Behind me will be Theatre Direct. Above me on my right will be the Toronto School of Art. At that end will be Cahoots Theatre. So there are 14 arts organizations and environmental organizations that will be on 2 floors in this barn number 3. So we are in barn number 4 right now at the eastern end, and we're with Roscoe Hanford, who is the goddess of the bake oven and has been for the past several years. And Roscoe, do you know what this is right here?
I'm going to stand on top of it because this is one of the few times I'll be able to stand on top of it.
Without getting roasted.
Without getting, well, without being way upset. This is the footing for the new bake oven. And this is going to be where the bake oven will be built, and then there'll be a chimney rising up through me, up to straight up through the building.
So the first baking will probably happen maybe in November. Certainly before the end of the new year will happen here, and there'll be lots of space here for all kinds of events and festivities and people getting together, cooking together, baking bread together, making pizza together. This will be a real center of community life right here at this spot.
They were saying instead of a ribbon cutting, we'll have a pizza cutting.
So I was just standing at the bake oven. We're still in barn number 4. This is going to be where the Stop is going to have its facilities. Behind me at the western edge of the 4th barn will be a greenhouse, and right here will be the connection point to barns 1, 2, and 3. There'll be a passageway here, washrooms, of course, just as you get inside there. And eventually, as you go westward, you will enter into their facility with a large meeting area right here. And beyond that will be where the greenhouse will be developed. Okay, so we are now in the 5th barn. The 4th barn is to my right. And this is actually going to be the domain not of Artscape, but of our city's Parks Department. So right here in the middle will be a walkway from one end of the barn to the other end. Over here will be a trellis. You can imagine vines going up these trellises. Trees will be planted also in here, and this area will function as the veranda to the barns.
Okay, I'm Paul Smith, and I'm the one of the site managers here at the Green Arts Barns at St. Clair and Christie. And
And so, what stage are we at? What stage are we at? When do you foresee your piece being finished? First barn, second barn?
We are about, I would say, halfway there. And what that means is that in the next 2 or 3 months, there's going to be all sorts of activity here, and there's going to be a lot of the initial work, a lot of the hard work at the beginning, and a lot of it is exploratory work, that kind of stuff, where you really don't know what's down in the dirt when you're digging and that kind of stuff. All that stuff's behind us now. So now we know what we're doing. We have a schedule set up. We've got all our trades lined up, and this place is going to go together very quickly, starting now. Now, having said that, there is a deadline that everybody's working towards, and we're going to try and meet that as well. But,
What's that deadline?
I can't tell you, Joe. If I told you that,
you'd have to kill me.
Or somebody would probably kill me. Either way.
Okay, but it's happening.
It's definitely happening. Obviously, with the winter that we had some problems with our schedule and that, but we've picked up, and we are picking up momentum. And this neighborhood now, and remember that the City of Toronto is coming in at the beginning of May to start their park work. So there will be all sorts of action going on around here, and I'm sure lots of attention from the neighbors. And the neighbors at the beginning they were a little curious. Some of them had some issues, but I have to admit over the last 6 months everybody's been just waiting with bated breath to see how things came out in the winter. And I think most people now are of the opinion that this will definitely make their neighborhood a nicer place to live in, and I don't know how they could in the first place, but change is always hard for everybody, and not everybody's on the same page. So, but I think that all the work that we do over the next little while, people are going to start to come to appreciate what this place is really going to stand for. And I'm thinking about moving down to the neighborhood myself, to be honest with you.
Well, we might let you come. Thank you very much.
See, I can rent a room.